Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another FSPN Silph Arena tournament. It's not really a tournament, it's a round in a cycle.
Cycle?
We're in a cycle, a bout of a cycle. Thank you, Steve. The voice of reason, PvP Steve, down below. Thanks for joining us, mate. How have you been?
Yeah, doing all right. I've been studying the terminology so I could all figure it out. Okay, this is bout 6 of cycle 3 of season 1
Oh, I know.
of Silph Arena factions.
It's interesting. How have you been finding it so far, Steve? How have you been going?
Yeah, well, I've been hanging back for a lot of this cycle. I've let other people step into the ring. I took a few weeks off in the middle. I don't think my record is very positive at the moment, but hey.
As long as the attitude is, then we're fine.
What else am I here for, huh?
That's it. Now, tonight we are actually featuring Steve. It's our faction. This seems kind of a little bit odd. So we are. Oh, dang it, wrong way. Thundurus Down Under here, based mostly out of Australia, a little bit from the brothers across the ditch in New Zealand. And sorry about the little one in the background, but that's going to come through. And we are up against the predominantly Malaysian team, I believe, in Crimson Tigers, who actually featured on the last APAC FSPN episode that we did against Team Wanko, I think we call it.
No, I think it was Game Public of Korea.
Oh, you're right.
It was Game Public, yeah, it was.
Yeah, Game Public of Korea. Yeah, so I guess we're featuring ourselves, kind of, Steve. How are you feeling about that?
Look, I'm scared. I'm anxious. The world's about to see my own battles. And this round was a fierce one for me. So we'll just have to wait and see how we go officially on the world stage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our first time in Diamond Tier, right? So
yeah, it's our first feature in Diamond Tier. Stumpy joining us to help out. As always, thank you so much for coming along. You looking forward to this matchup? Are you going to slay us both, or?
I'm looking forward to seeing how. Yeah, I'll be a little critical when you guys are on, but you know, we'll look forward to the battles, and we'll see how the Aussies spice up the Diamond League. I think.
Yeah.
Someone in chat has said, "Does anybody have sound?"
Here we go. This will be a good start. Let's just confirm that people can hear us.
No, we can hear us.
I can hear me.
Yeah, there's
Jeffrey. Lord Jeffrey can hear me. He just yelled my name.
Yep, I've got some sort of output, so yep, it's looking good.
Okay.
Yeah, your volume just might be down.
My volume?
Someone in chat. I think we're
good. Okay, good. Excellent. Well, without further ado, why don't we look at our first matchup of the evening? We'll jump straight over to the teams, and we have. Oh, look at this! Who else? Who else can we start at this battle? And for those who are a little bit observant here, you might have noticed already in the middle of the graphic, we do have the results here, because, Steve, what happened?
Oh, here you go.
Well, look, some people who are a bit familiar with factions may know that it's actually a best of 3 format, and there's supposed to be 3 wins. It could be 3-0, it could be 2-1, but usually someone's coming out with a 3-point spread around. But there's only 2 on the board, and that is because Thursday Trey and I did not battle. We had some scheduling issues. I think we had one time that Thursday Trey wasn't able to make, and then we had a little bit of a time zone kerfuffle when it came down to the second time we tried to battle. So I went through the dispute system, and the factions referees took a look at it and ended up giving me the 2-0 win just based on the first scheduled time being missed. So I win, I guess.
Yes!
Woo!
Taking an early lead for the Aussies.
Yeah, taking an early lead. Really putting my Diamond Tier medal on show here today. So there we go. I'm out of the spotlight now. We're done, so.
I mean, look at the teams, right? It was a 3-0 anyway, right, Steve? You just outpicked them in the meta.
I was doing so much practice beforehand up against Mirko Asylum, who was alternate that week. We actually spent hours doing practice battles, so I was ready to go. So it is what it is. We'll do it better next time.
Yeah, alright, so we did, alright, going to refer to this as we. Thundurus Down Under got the 2-0, so that's an important tip if you're thinking about getting to Silph factions. Be the first person to contact your opponent, give them a time, and if there's a time agreed upon, make that time. Otherwise, that's probably going to happen to you. And I lost a lot this faction. Didn't have Didn't have a default. I think last cycle I got a 2-0 as well. So, well,
Not
now
that we're trying for that.
not that we're trying for that, but you don't want to get 0-2'd, so you want to be the one that gets the work in there. So we'll move on then, thanks to Steve's 2-0, into the other Twilight matchup of Amizad 97 versus Agent Magikarp. And Stumpy, can you see those teams?
I just love some Shadow T-Tar. Straight away. That's the only thing that sticks out. All I'm going to comment on. All I want is Shadow T-Tar the entire time.
Fantastic. I think Shadow T-Tar was actually quite a popular pick this time round, especially later in the Twilight sort of cycle.
I do think it's one of those picks that's like very polarizing. It wins hard, loses hard. I think in the most cases, and you've got and especially with there, you can look at the team and then pick movesets. You can still run if you don't have the Comday move. You still can run Bite and be quite viable in Twilight with the look the Frostlass of Jellicents of the meta floating around. So it's actually viable either way. But I think most are running the Smackdown variant, but
yeah,
I do like it. But so definitely, and it's definitely seen the team there's backed up with some bulk as well. With you've got the Kofa's quite bulky, Azu and Mandibuzz obviously extremely bulky. So looks like a pretty well constructed team. So it'd be good to see how this one lines up.
All right, well, let's get into our first lot of battles. Thanks to Steve's 2-0 default, we're jumping into the next Twilight Cup of Agent Magikarp versus Amizad 97. Apologies if that's not the pronunciation. And Steve, have a rest, because it's me and Stumpy, and we're going Stumpy.
On the way, and that is the Shadow T-Tar has come out. You'll love to see it. Into a Frost like that has got to get right out of here, Agent Magikarp. This is not a fun time. He's going to go straight into the Drapion. And looks like the delay from DrTrotter we're seeing again.
Yeah, there is a lot of delay, but I think some of it might actually have been the recordings got a little bit of corrupted there. But it does match up. So here we go. The swap out, and we've got Drapion into Skuntank. I mean, this isn't a great place for Skuntank to be.
Especially with Aquatail for Drapion. I think it's the bit of the battle of the Dark Poisons here, and I think the Aquatail is going to be probably the difference maker here, I think.
Especially being up a shield so early. Yeah. I mean, a Sludge Bomb KO, a Flamethrower, sorry, KOs. Is it Flamethrower? I thought I saw.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a Flamethrower, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even Crunch at this point is probably going to take it out. Doesn't get an Aquatail. If that's a CMP Aquatail, it might be worth a shield here on Agent Magikarp's side.
He's not worried about Switch though, he's letting it go. Does not KO either.
Survives. Now, no second shield coming out. This could still be close to double KO. I don't think Aquatail's going to take this out here. Poison Jab should get this job done. Yeah. So Skuntank, Amizad gets Switch. Out comes the Frostlass. Crunch. Not going to KO Frostlass here, but going to do a heck of a lot. So, yep, up does come the shield. Gets the shield, so we're back to one shield, and we're going to see a farm down here. There it goes. Not much energy. Oh, what have we got? Wiggly to...
In the back, I think this is going to be the quick switch and I think counter swap here, and it'll be the... to a... Wiggly up. So I don't think this is definitely not over. Big farm down here.
Big farm down is super important. Yep, gets it. Doesn't get that charge move. So double drill run, you got to assume coming in here. And then
we'll survive one drill run, and the resisted poison jabs aren't doing a hell of a lot. So,
what are you thinking of farm down to Avalanche to KO the?
Farm down double Avalanche would be my play.
Oh, there's no health there.
There's not much health. There's one Smackdown to KO, so
one
these
Smackdown.
Moves, then Layden obviously got to avoid the Smackdown sneaking through, which is
they're not going to get the
unlikely with the APAC internet.
It's the struggle is real, right? So there's and no, he did avoid.
He did go through. Oh,
he did avoid, but he needs. I think
prove me wrong.
3 powder snows is definitely not going to be getting there. Is it one? It's got to be one Smackdown from here, right?
Yeah, one.
Do it. One. All right. Good. So round one. To the Malaysians. So we'll see how Agent Magikarp is going to bounce back from that one. Go straight in. We got Jellicent into Azu. Now, this is kind of one of those neutral-ish matchups. Is this one you played out much, Stumpy?
Yeah, it's interesting matchup. Obviously, depends. It's bubble, looks like a bubble Jellicent, and I didn't see the moveset on the Azu, so obviously it's dependent. It's a sort of important there. But that's a great catch of a Shadow Ball and Drapion as well. So that's a good way to play out this matchup. I do think it is positive. May not be positive with Bubble, so it's hard. It's a bit of a weird matchup depending on fast moves and charge moves on both sides.
And I've just noticed there's no crunch on Agent Magikarp's Drapion. It's running Sludge Bomb and Aqua Tail, so not as bad of a matchup for the Cofagrigus as it would have otherwise been. And
yeah, does get a shield as well, which is a Shadow Ball hitting so hard. And Drapion's not the bulkiest of Pokemon, so it does manage to get a shield, which is quite a good result, I think, for the Kofa for this matchup. Does opt for this resisted Sludge Bomb?
Yeah, interesting. And a no shield. I would have thought 2 Aqua Tails definitely would have outpaced and done more damage, and it does. Can he get to an Aqua Tail before this other Shadow Ball? It's going to be CMP, and does get to the Aqua Tail. So gets the shield. Potentially hoping to come back in and farm down, maybe with Beedrill? Oh no, Tentacruel. Ooh. Tentacruel
CMP, so
Jelly.
Not a bad result there.
Oh, opting for the next shield. Really wanting switch here.
Keep alignment here, but
knows he's going to outpace the next Aqua Tail. And could have gone for the farm down there.
Absolutely could have farmed down. Would have been a lot better position, but he has maintained switch. He obviously wants to keep wants to see if he can keep alignment or not. So I think he wants that Tentacruel on the Azumarill by the looks of it. So it's probably not the worst shield. It might work out well for him. So this could be a good read.
If he gets to gets the sludge, that's huge. And thank you, Manny is Fresh, for the massive raid. Do appreciate it. Welcome to Silph APAC edition of the FSPN. Gets the shield on that, and I mean, Azu's got a bit of energy, but Tentacruel don't care.
Hardball. Tentacruel does said you can have 100 energy if you want. You can have 100 energy. I don't think it's going to bother this Tentacruel in the slightest. And with the T-Tar in the back, it's going to... I can see a Hydro Pump heading this T-Tar's way, which it can't really take. I don't think it can take on Aqua Tail, let alone a Hydro Pump.
It really can't. Not the Shadow variant. And yeah, this is very smart, not throwing an Acid Spray straight away, getting a ton of extra energy up. Ooh, gonna eat a second player off. Don't think this really worries it too much. Smackdown's... Yeah, sorry, Stumpy.
Nah, Smackdown's gonna chunk, but it's still got the Jellicent in the back there as well, so I don't think there's gonna be too much stress on the end of Agent Magikarp here. He's got alignment and he's got a good back matchup as well, especially with the bubble on Jellicent. Oh, and there's the swap, and no switch out. He's going for the Hydro. Is he gonna get there? Oh, you love to see it. Nothing like landing the nuke on something. Okay, Steve, while you're there, go look up the percentage of HP this does, because that is a lot against the Shadow T-Tail. And yeah, pretty much. Oh, and there's the Shadow straightforward Ball. From here. Yeah, exactly right. And Edge Matchup bouncing back from Game 1. Huge result in Game 2. Switch advantage was huge in that matchup. Shields didn't matter. Knew that the Tentacruel could get away with no shields and still absolutely destroy that Azu. So was happy to go down in that matchup. Well played. All right, we're up to round 3. So we are now 1-3 coming into the last matchup. Here we go, Stumpy. Take it away. Well, we've got Kofa into that's not a great lead for the Jellicent. Agent Magikarp here is going to have to see if he's going to get out here, but he might choose to stay in, which he does. So interesting here to see what the play is. He's got a little bit of... I guess the Tentacle matchup in the back's not great, with especially running Psychic on the Kofa, so it's going to be a little bit of a tough lead here for Agent Magikarp. Probably not expecting the Kofa lead, so does choose to shield the first Shadow Ball, which would have done a good chunk of damage. So what do you think the play is, Trotter? How would you play this one? Oh, it's one of those hard ones. It's a really awkward spot to be in. You kind of... I mean, getting a shield here is really important. Oh, a bit of lag on both sides. Yeah, comes to the counter. In the Drapion. But the thing is, Kofa doesn't need to dip, right? Because it knows there's no crunch. Yeah, so you're right. So it's not a bad matchup now, which is going to work in Amazad's favour, right? And it can stay in, take a bit of damage, tank a little bit, and then dip into whatever it needs to secure switch advantage. Now, the problem with doing that is, though, then your timers are desynced. So time, I hate playing when timers are desynced, because you hope it advantages you, but usually... wow, in the B. bees come in. So this thing's quite squishy. So no shields as well. It was interesting to see he chose to shield an Aquatail on the Kofar, knowing that the crunch wasn't going to be coming his way. So not the best position here for for the bees. Going to get hit with a couple of Aquatails. Has chosen to CMP. Was that a CMP time the X-Scissor?
Oh.
I think it might have been.
You can't tell.
If this one through, it looked like he was tapping on X-Scissor there, but he hasn't hitting it. So an attempt to catch on Jelly, has thrown the drill run, which is not much choice there. Has to throw a move with the DC time as you mentioned. So gonna need a drill run, which won't KO and should be farmed down for the Jellicent.
Yeah, I mean, could potentially. No, it doesn't get to that X-Scissor, and so now Kofa can come in and farm down probably.
Or Mandibuzz. You got two choices here.
Oh, you got choices. Choices are nice, right?
Exactly right. It has chosen Mandibuzz, which is going to get an Ice Beam, though.
But there's an Ice Beam.
Well, either way, it looks like the Jellicent, I think he chose to keep the health on the Kofa in the back and be able to sort of tank it on, non-stab Ice Beam from the Jellicent. So, may not be the worst option there, and a bit of energy Mandibuzz that should go. Well, it's not going to do much against the Drapion, and I think Tentacruel's not in a bad place here.
No, but I mean, you don't want to eat the Psychic from the Kofa, and look how much.
Oh, there's no Shadowball!
Oh!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, whoa.
Interesting there. So going to stab Shadowball over the super effective Psychic. I think that is the wrong play there, but...
And out comes the Drapion now to sort of soak up, really putting all the eggs in the basket of the Tentacruel, Poison Jab, Acid Spray.
Yeah, well, I think with the move that took the Ice Beam, so I think a Hydro Pump will KO with the Poison Jabs. So I think a farm. I think this was quite good for Age of Magikarp here. Can eat the Shadow Ball here.
Eat this. I mean, farm down. Is it going to maybe? Oh no, it's probably better.
Much.
You don't want that.
I don't think it won't get to a move. So yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty good spot for the Tentacruel. Should be a Hydro Pump and potential GG. It can definitely survive a couple of foul plays, so that's not going to be an issue.
There it is. Yep.
This is Pump. I think that'll be a wrap. I think.
Age of Magikarp. I did not think he was going to pull that one out, and boom, down goes the birdie. So
big 2-1 from Age of Magikarp there.
Age of Magikarp has pulled out the 2-1, getting it done for our boys.
It's your team. What are you talking about?
I'm pausing.
It's your guys.
Yeah, with Thundurus down under, taking the early lead. Steve, what did you think of Age of Magikarp, that last battle?
Look, Age of Magikarp is actually one of my locals. We're battling all the time. Actually, we are matched up in Glacial Cup right now. We're battling tomorrow night. But Age of Magikarp just coming in with some wacky move decisions here. Going into the Ice Beam Shadow Ball Jellicent, the Drapion with no crunch. When facing a team with that Cofagrigus, that was an interesting decision, and it all worked, right? Like it all went to plan.
Who are we to say that it was the wrong moveset?
Yeah, I bow. Congratulations, Age of Magikarp. You've done a really incredible job there, and getting that. I mean, look, you like to see those big nukes land, the Hydro Pumps from Tentacruel, and we got to see more than one come through over the course of those battles as well. So I'm a pretty happy guy, even without the bias.
So thank you, Age of Magikarp, for nothing else than 2 Hydro Pumps landing. That was fantastic. Now we like
in the bird get nuked as well. Mandibuzz, big bulky bird.
It's nice to see it die in one hit from something. We're going to move over now, because now we're up into the Comet Cup. Zaid, apologies, against Dennis, as we affectionately call him, in the Comet Cup. Now, this was one that sort of looked different. This is one I participated in a little bit early on. And then it really just became like this Mew, Vigoroth, Cresselia fest. I noticed it was just very, and then Mandibuzz here and there, and I don't know. It was an interesting cup. It wasn't the Alolan Raichu fest that I was personally hoping for.
Hey, Dennis is trying. He's got Alolan Raichu there alongside the Mew, the Vigoroth, and the Cresselia. And I mean, there's something that's a lot more interesting to me, at least on the Crimson Tiger side, that I didn't get to see these battles live, so I'm kind of hoping that that Solrock may shine its way into the next 3 battles.
Look, without giving it away, Steve, there is some Solrock content here for you, okay?
Is it Rock Throw? Is the other fast move?
It could be Rock Throw.
It could be. I think it might be a Rock Throw.
Could be something else.
Could be the play here.
I don't want to ruin it for you.
I've looked it up, and Solrock has Confusion and Rock Throw.
I do.
Rock Throw. Yeah. I guess it's Rock Throw.
All right, so good luck to our competitors. We're going to jump over in, and Steve and I are going to be calling this one. So, Steve, I'll let you take it away.
Alrighty, so we're jumping in. There's that Cresselia in the lead up against Dennis's Vigoroth. He's just decided to join the battle now, a little bit delayed. And interested to see what the Cresselia movesets are. We've gone for no Grass Knots. We've actually got the Future Sight and Moonblast going on. The Alola Ninetale swapping in from Dennis's side with the Powder Snow variant as well. And that is definitely something that was sort of noticed on a lot of the teams, is that the movesets can be all over the shop. So you don't really know what you're facing until you're in there. Letting that first one come through onto Alola Ninetales and going for the Dazzling Gleam. Just trying to get this energy off onto Cresselia. But, I mean, Cresselia is in a pretty good spot here, right, Trotter?
It's sitting a little bit nicer, especially shielding a Gleam. That's a heck of a shield. You know, normally we're thinking, Cresselia's got bulk. We'll let it use to soak up the energy and just get us in a good position to win. But, yep, now shield coming out from Dennis's side. So we're 1-1. But, I mean, look at the rapid energy generation that this Ninetales is really gunning for. We're up to another Gleam. It ate their first Moonblast, and now we're in Powder Snow territory, right? But here comes the Moonblast. This is going to take out this A9.
Yeah, it's going to be up to Dennis whether he decides to shield, wants to keep that switch advantage, but no, going to let it go. Going to let that Alola Ninetales go down. Doesn't have like a specific counter to Cresselia in the back, so deciding to bring in that Vigoroth, and we are actually forcing a swap into Mandibuzz from the Crimson Tigers side there. So this is sort of an interesting matchup. Like, it's not a fun matchup to play on either side. When you're on both sides, you're kind of just hoping to sneak in whatever moves you can. Looks like I'm not quite sure what happened there, because it looks like on the Crimson Tiger side that the Vigoroth was delayed, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, that was a Snarl plus a charge move for 1 counter. So game's running beautifully.
We love Niantic. We've got 1.5 Body Slams charged up here, going for 1 now. Dennis, a guy who definitely knows how to do his charge move timings with regards to the fast move turn counts. But if the Mandibuzz decides to burn another shield, I think it might have this matchup. I guess it's going to be a game of who decides to burn shields. Dennis not deciding to let that one go. And going to get this last Body Slam through.
Now, this shield could be big, because if he uses the shield, he can then farm down. No, lets it go. Oh, and he's going to get to a charge move? No, he gets counted down. So that's... Oh, okay. We've seen the back. We've got a Goon versus Cresselia. This is... I mean, this has got to be in the one shield. This is Cresselia's favor, right? I mean, pending boosts. Boosts are always one of those things that we manage and we deal with in life. Yeah, and boost. No boost. All right, let's go, Dennis. We are completely biased commentary here. I do apologise to our Malaysian friends. And there's the shield coming up on the Moonblast.
Dennis deciding no reason to bait, because failing the bait would be pretty disastrous. Throwing the Grass Knot and letting, if the Obstacle to let that go through. So at this point, I'm assuming you have to shield here.
No, you don't. You survive, but the problem is you still need to land. This Moonblast doesn't KO. It's not a one-hit KO on this Obstagoon, because it's not stab. So it's going to do a lot of damage, but you're still going to need another Grass Knot here. And then you still need enough energy to take out that other Cresselia in the back. Now, Counter is resisted, and Psycho Card is also resisted, so it's going to do nothing here. So it's a race to charge moves. And, there was an attempted catch there, which did not...
I think Dennis might have just trying to get like 1 counter through, just like a double super effective onto the Dark Normal, but with the way that turns are working, that just wasn't going to go down there. Does get that Grass Knot through, but Dennis's Cresselia is just way less healthy, way less energy, and Crimson Tigers are pretty much, unless the game freezes right now, this game is definitely going at Crimson Tigers away to push it back up to 2-4 on the leaderboard with the first game going to Hume Reze.
Yes, first game's going there. So Dennis needs to recoup here, and here we go. So we've got the mirror match, the Vig mirror match, and you can see there's definitely a big delay in the timers on Dennis's side, but it looks like we're coming out even. Oh, and a switch straight into the Cresselia from Dennis. Doesn't want the mirror. I mean, we think this is bad, and it is, but it's also not.
They've both got moves to hit each other for super effective. The Moonblast are going to be coming from the Cresselia. The Foul Play is going to be coming from the Mandibuzz. That still does not quite half, and it's not like the Psycho Cuts are doing anything. So I think that it will probably get to half once you add the Psycho Cuts in. But the Foul Play is going to do a fair bit as well. Yeah, it's about half as well. But I'm pretty sure Mandibuzz is going to be outpacing that Cresselia here. So it's going to be a question as to whether Dennis wants to burn the shields, I think.
Yeah, I think Dennis is going to be happy just to get the damage off, let this Cresselia go, and potentially come back in and farm down with Vig. And yes, the opponent has thrown, while Dennis essentially has no energy, so could have farmed up a little bit more. So this is actually going to bring Vigoroth back in. Oh, doesn't take it out.
Ooh.
Oh no, Dennis goes straight in for the Vigoroth, wanting the counter damage, and is going to eat a Foul Play for his trouble. Tried to snipe there, and that 1 HP... Actually, that could be 20 HP Mandibuzz for all we know. Surviving there.
Dear.
And what are you coming with now? Solrock? We got Solrock, Steve?
I'm really hoping for Solrock's going to come out sometime. Okay, this is probably the better play just because that Vigoroth on Crimson Tiger's side does have that little bit of an energy advantage, like a tiny sliver, which you do want to sort of keep, I guess, and it keeps you in a pretty solid spot, especially with Dennis's Vigoroth having less health. So it sort of just solidifies the matchup in Crimson Tiger's way in pretty much every respect. I think got an extra counter through there as well. But Dennis gonna burn that shield. I'm not sure if that was turning on airplane mode, or if that was just a accidental swipe there. But at this point, not quite able to counter all the way down. So has to burn the shield to keep all the energy.
I think Humorizard has gotten in an extra 2 or 3 counters here, just looking at the energy, and a switch into Skarmory. Oh, Dennis bringing the Skarmory in this round to eat up these body slams like they're not even there. And what have we got? And a counter switch into Solrock. And it is the rock throw.
It's Solrock time. It's Solrock time. I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. It looks like we've got an invisible Skarmory from Crimson Tiger's side. But should still be able to tell because it's got the name, it's got the typing up in the top right there still. But going to go for this. Is this the buffed version? The buffed Rock Tomb?
It's Rock Slide.
Rock Slide. It is not buffed at all, but does get that shield, that last shield out of Dennis's side. Dennis going to be able to get to this Brave Bird before that Solrock is able to get to another charge move. Just because, I mean, Solrock, as fun as it is, Rock Throw is not a fast charging move. It sort of works better when you've got a really spammy move like a Caracross or Body Slam, but ow.
Lands the Brave Bird, and it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, Dennis really tried to catch the Body Slam there, but on a Cresselia, but it did not work, and now he's got 2 essentially no health Pokemon to come in up against this Vigoroth. 1 counter, it's gone. Dennis, you want to bring that last one through just to get Body Slammed? Yeah, it's about to go down. Dennis going to take another loss here with Crimson Tigers. I know the score there says 1-4, but that does push it up to 3-4. So it is definitely a tight race, especially when you consider that 2 of those wins on Thundurus' side were not exactly one in the heat of battle.
And we've had a slight mischief here. There is a third battle, but it as in typical DrTrotter fashion, we have sniped one of Dennis's battles short, and we would have to watch the last battle, all the battles again. So I do apologize, Dennis, but Dennis does get his honor back and gets the win. And I'd also apologize, Steve, because there was Vigoroth versus Solrock action.
Oh, Trotter, you haven't only robbed me. You've robbed everyone here watching today from some serious Solrock action. I'm sure we can. I'm hoping there's more Solrock action in some future bouts,
Master League
Solrock. That's exactly the good content Stumpy's here for.
What we're here for.
So I do apologise, but on that note, we're going to keep the theme running, and believe it or not, Steve, there's
Oh
more
my
Soul
gosh.
Rock.
Oh, the Crimson Tigers have absolutely won my heart here with the Soul Rock action going in Comet. They've clearly decided as a team, you know what? Soul Rock is a real thing to be meddled with. I'm not sure if it's like, maybe it's like some sort of mascot. Like, it's not a tiger, but it's sort of got that sort of, you know, Crimson Sun type of deal. Maybe it's just to carry them to victory here. Shine the light on what Yusei's movesets here are. Because again, there's a few Pokemon here that you don't know what is going on. Like you're seeing Cresselia, you don't know the moveset. Ninetales, you don't know the moveset. Mew, you don't know the moveset. Vigoroth, you've probably got a pretty good guess. But Mandibuzz, again, you don't necessarily know the moveset. And actually Macargo, also, you don't necessarily know the moveset. Although there is a preferred one for sure. But there's a lot that Shin Lena 86 on the other side is going to have to think about when picking their teams. Other than the fact that Solrock just has to be a lock. For the fun of it, right?
And I mean, you got Mew Roulette down on Yusei Furo's side. So, goodness knows what Yusei's going to be running on that Mew.
Hyper Beam Focus Blast.
Look, all I'm going to say, Stumpy, is you're 50% correct.
No.
Focus Blast. Yeah, it'll be Focus Blast and Surf.
Alright, we're going to go watch Shin Lena 86 versus Yusei Furo in the Comet meta. Stumpy and Steve, good luck, gentlemen. This one's on you.
Takes away, Steve.
All right, so we've got the
exciting.
greatest lead of all time. This is the most exciting game of Pokemon Go PvP you have ever seen in your life. We have a Snarl Mandibuzz versus a Snarl Mandibuzz, ladies and gentlemen. This is keeping me on the edge of my seat. Who's going to go for the foul play? Who's going to go for the extra air lace? Who's going to get that extra Snarl through whenever the other person goes for the charge move, not at the same time, and then extra turns go all over the place, and then one person has a clear advantage, and then one person has to go, oh, do I want to like just try and go for a Snarl and the next go for the charge move? Or do I just want to kind of play this thing out, and I know that these matchups are just going to go down to a charge move anyway? Who's to say in this very, very exciting matchup, Stumpy?
Well, wait till we see the backlines as well. These guys are great minds think alike. It looks like we've got the Vigoroth releases some super effective damage going on, and then Cresselia, that's going to be anyone for a timeout?
You actually might be right. I think timeout could be on the horizon.
I think it's time to get a coffee, I think, and we'll get back for the next round.
Yeah, you know, you guys, feel free to go get your dinner now, because we're definitely going to be here a while. Lena and Yusei really just deciding to bring as much bulk. Actually, they've brought two of the bulkiest Pokemon in Mandibuzz and Cresselia, but they've also brought Vigoroth, one of the spammiest Pokemon that's around in the common meta.
Just to take more time off the clock by the spam and body slams.
So, okay, predictions now.
There's a switch out. There we go.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We're in action. We have a switch out. There's Vigoroth's come in. He's throwing the foul play at it. So is he going to soften up and bring in his own Vigoroth here, or probably Cresselia will come in here, right?
Yeah, and actually, interestingly, Yusei does
Pulse.
have that Dark Pulse, which is going to do a little bit more damage than a foul play would, but he's going to bring that Cresselia in, just to sort of soak up this damage from the Vigoroth a little bit more. Obviously, Yusei doesn't know what we know, in that Shin Lena also has the Cresselia hanging out in the back. So I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing some Mandibuzz versus Cresselia action a little bit later on in this battle. But we definitely have a few more charge moves to go through before we get there. This Moonblast not going to get shielded by Shin Lena, but I don't think it's going to take it
down though.
We see a body slam? We do.
Yes, more spam, more eating of moves from Cresselia. Just more body slams the better for Cresselia. And then it looks like we might have. So it's going to be interesting to see if the because obviously the Mandibuzz should come in here and throw an instant foul play. So this may not quite KO. Unless it's a Dark Pulse. I think this might be a Dark Pulse. Is it, or is this the foul play?
This is foul play.
Foul play on this side. So the only difference we got here, so it does KO though, wow. And in comes instant swap. We've seen this before.
The shoe is really on the other foot now. I feel like both battlers at this point are going, well played. It's like the Spider-Man meme. They're just... No way home. No spoilers coming out here. That's the old meme.
No spoilers.
Cresselia still just chugging away. And both players have both shields as well. With the Grass Knot, can I let it go through?
Interesting to see where these are going to be spent, to be honest. It's the battle of the non-stab moves here, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not a lot of damage being thrown anywhere. Like, even though Vigoroth is not the bulkiest of Pokemon, man, it can take a couple hits from Cresselia.
There's the first shield to go down, is it? Yes, first shield, and we're about 5 minutes into the game. There's a cat. Oh, got a refund there. I think there's a refund on Shinlin, so I think he threw a Grass Knot there, and it actually got the the old refund, and he's going to have to shield up this Moonblast.
Love to see it when you get a refund there, and forcing you to burn that shield.
Yeah, great what happens to you, not so good when it's the other way.
We did see the banking of a charge move before swapping out into Mandibuzz. Back to the lead matchup. How many hours ago did we see this lead matchup start? And now how they've grown. Shinlena's Mandibuzz has gotten a little bit worse for wear just for having to take on a few extra charge moves over its time, but still able to put on the spam, able to put on the bulk on
I need to count the charge moves in this battle. This would be ridiculous how many charge moves are being thrown. I can't believe it's actually ridiculous.
We should have done a prediction at the start how many charge moves we were going to see by the end.
My God, someone needs to count. Outrageous. Doesn't KO.
Okay, so Yusei finally is going to take out Shinlena's Mandibuzz, I think here, and almost has another charge move ready to go as well. So we are going to see that Cresselia come back in. There's the timer. We see the swap out to Vigoroth. And throws the body slam just to bring that timer down. I think that Yusei's got this battle based on timeout.
Yeah, well, two Pokemon to one, so Yusei does take the win on a timeout. So it sort of felt almost inevitable when we saw the two Cresselias line up, the two Mandibuzz line up, the big spam of body slams. We sort of did see that one coming. So it was, we were seeing 3 minutes of charge moves, which is exactly what that was. And we'll go. Start us off, Steve. It's your boy.
Solrock coming in against the Vigoroth, which is definitely where Solrock likes to be here. Able to put on some hurt and definitely not. I mean, Yusei doesn't love this spot, but actually Bulldoze would still do a fair amount of damage just because of the rock typing on Solrock. So going for the body slam bait though. We'll see if Shinlena decides to shield and does burn the shield. A little bit unlucky for them.
Shield. I do love it. That.
Ooh. So we've seen the swap out here. The rock slide going to land onto the Cresselia again. Cresselia, Bulk Fiend, just going to eat these all day.
And then here comes the Mandibuzz again. Bulky vs Bulk.
Here we go. Moonblast versus Foul Play. They're going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But hey, at least we're getting a little bit of variety this time compared to the last game.
And we have super effective charge moves coming out, so they're not going to survive everything.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that neither of them have high attack stats, so it's not going to be very much damage going through, even though it is super effective, but it should go a little bit quicker, and I've got a little bit of optimism that we don't see a timeout this time.
I think this is just Trotter's got out this one to see if we can hoggle the airtime off Trotter. Coming here, watch the longest battle of all time. I can't believe it. How did you contract?
I had to get the most screen time. I think Mandibuzz should be able to take a Moonblast. Ooh, went for the charge move there. Tried to get it in before the Moonblast, but gonna let it come through. And I'm pretty sure that charge move was the CMP.
We'll live this. It's not great for the CMP. I don't choose to throw anyway. Interesting. Don't think Sock Cut Down would have been an option there, but it has thrown the move, so you say choosing to let it go. No point in shielding that move.
Yeah, and at this point,
instant switch from Shinlen's side straight into the crest.
Doesn't want to see that Ninetales get that little bit of energy off the Mandibuzz. Doesn't want to see the snipe, I suppose. We actually see Vigoroth come in, the swap into Cresselia. Cresselia looked like it was hanging out there for a second, but I think that was just. I think it caught up. I think it was mutual.
Yeah. We do get that on the perfect esports ready Pokemon Go, so we do get that at time to time, but we all know what to look for now.
Okay.
To catch the Moonblast, but hasn't managed to, and that's Powder Snow A9.
So, yeah, this Moonblast is still going to do an amount of damage.
Yeah, it's definitely going to line up against the rock throw as well, so it's not going to be the best spot ever for this Ninetales, I don't think. And Cresselia is spamming out these moves as well.
Look, I think that was like sort of CMP, but I think that was just sort of luck on Yusei's side that they were able to sort of get to that move.
Just survives, man.
Go. Wow,
can't believe it. It's just so bulky, so bulky.
This is okay for Yusei, right? You don't need Ninetales to survive necessarily.
No,
you don't want to have too much health.
Here he comes, and
I think that was intentional.
I think Yusei was intentionally trying to let it go there so he could get some more farm. Which is interesting. I think he's going to have to go for the bait here, which he has done. So big option here is he chooses to shield or not. Does get the shield with the bait, so definitely play here for Yusei. And not far. He's one away, so he's got to the move. So this is going to be a very close end to this game. Because there's something in the back with a little bit of health, right?
Yeah, this Zoroark's going to go down, and we're going to see it make way.
Mandibuzz.
For
Oh, they're both
tiny bit
getting
of
counted
Cresselia.
down.
I think this is Yusei's
counted.
game here.
Yeah,
I don't think
that
that there's no move. Almost at a grass knot, but yeah, just not able to get it there. And I think does that put us at 1-1, or is that 2-0 for Yusei?
2-0 for Yusei. He won the timeout first game, so he's won the second game. So 2-0 for Yusei, which is a huge result. See what Shinlina can do game 3 to sort of counteract. They've seen the Ninetales come in. What's going to happen now? There's a Cresselia mirror. Let's go, Steve. Another exciting one.
Okay, we can see that the backlines are actually completely different, though.
So,
we're seeing the Solrock and the Mandibuzz on Shinlina's side, and on Yusei's side, we're seeing the Vigoroth and Mew.
Well, it was a Mew, so we'll see the other moveset now. We said Focus Blast was a correct guess, apparently. So we have a Focus Blast Mew, which I'm excited to see how that. If we land a Focus Blast here, I'll be very, very happy.
It's a little bit unfortunate for Yusei, though, because there does not really seem to be a great target for that Focus Blast on Shinlina's side this time. They haven't brought the Vigoroth. So I think that Yusei would rather have their Mew up against this Cresselia. I guess it's also good against the Solrock.
The Mandibuzz won't enjoy a Focus Blast either. It does a good chunk of damage. So, and if it does have Wild Charge, it could be some good coverage there for Wild Charge on the Mandibuzz. So I think Mew definitely does have play here. It's just that this is probably its preferred matchup is you'd be right in the Cresselia, I'd say.
Yeah, but seeing that Moonblast come through from Yusei, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm sort of expecting a swap out from someone at some point, but neither of them wants to budge. It looks like Yusei actually has a slight energy advantage here. Might have got an extra Psycho Cut through at some point, but that Moonblast going to go through. Still going to see Shinlina get this charge move off, but unfortunately has Yusei coming for the catch. That's a really nice catch.
Was that a Volt Switch, I think, from the Mew as well?
Yeah.
I think that was a Volt Switch that went through on the Crest. So the Mandibuzz does come in, but it's going to be taking its Dark Pulse Focus Blast.
Whoa.
Dark Pulse? Yeah, it is. And he's throwing the Dark Pulse immediately, not charging to the Focus Blast.
Okay.
Does he shoot the shield and let it go? He does shield the foul play. So interesting spot and a really, really interesting moveset here.
Yeah, I suppose you sort of just want to threaten the Wild Charge if you're the Mew. You want to make them think that they could come through.
It does live the Wild Charge, so it's going to let the Focus Blast go through, and this is going to do a good chunk, like 60-odd%, I think. Yeah, it does do a good chunk of damage, and is CMP, so can safely let this go now, and he's done more than enough damage to this Mandibuzz to justify letting the Mew go there.
And Shinlina was definitely not expecting that.
No, 100%. Yeah, I think because he knew, look, you can tank a Wild Charge and potentially farm down, so there was no real reason to shield that if you're Shinlina, to be honest. So, and a bit of message from Vincent there.
You need to like click a button so you can then do not disturb move. Do not disturb saves live. Ladies and gentlemen.
He's let go. Oh, he's let go. So he's put all his eggs in the Vigoroth basket. A tough spot though, with 2 shields for the Solrock. So,
I mean, you could make some big calls on Shinlina's side and not shield and call a body slam bait, but yeah, as you said, 2 shields definitely puts Vigoroth in a little bit of a worse position than it would be otherwise.
Goes for the Bulldozer now, so he's going to call the double bait or safely shield this one. He does shield the Bulldozer, so correct call there from Shinlina's side. So that could be the decider in this game, I think. Although
there's
maybe
still a
not.
shield on Yusei's side.
He's going to have to shield this. I do think it might be a little bit too much for the Vigoroth to overcome in the back, but it could be close. I don't think anything has to move in the back, so he has to run the body slam, which will go close to KOing, even resisted. It's quite squishy. Not close enough, I don't think, though. A couple of throws through.
Charging here.
And then he's caught.
Ooh.
A bit risky there, but he has snuggled down, luckily. So Shinlina, potential flex in the back there, but does claw back the one game against Yusei. Not quite able to overcome there. Needed the double bait there to win that matchup, but well played by Shinlina, and does take us 4-7 up with Steve's solid performance in round 1. We've woken Trotter up, get up, ready to go.
After his half-hour nap through the Mandibuzz versus Mandibuzz, Cresselia versus Cresselia, the longest matchup in Pokemon Go history.
Some say Game 4 is still going.
Thank you, Jiggly Dad. I still had myself muted. Yeah, well done, guys. Well done. So now, I mean, we're sitting pretty solid. Thundurus down under, sitting solid, 4-7. We've got the 3 matches to go. We've got the Open Great League, Open Ultra League, and Open Master League. And what better way to kick these battles off than to go into my matchup?
Oh, here we go.
Hey, I know this guy.
I know this
Hey,
guy too.
I recognise that name.
The last time one of us popped in here, it ended up giving a default 2-0. Are we actually going to see some
default? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 3-0 default actually. No, we
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. No spoilers here. We are definitely going to see some battles here. I did record all of my matches, so they will feature. And look, I'm just looking at this. I understand what's going on. What do you guys think?
I think I love Ludicolo so much. Apart from that, I've got nothing else to add.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had another Great League. No, I think it was a Glacial Cup battle the other week with someone using Ludicolo, and it surprises you how good Ludicolo can be. I'm pretty sure I got 3-0'd, but Ludicolo can do some work. I'm not sure that it can do some work against this line. I guess it depends on movesets and all the rest. But
Razor Leaf Ludicolo here for the Azu Steep G-Fisk.
Definitely do some chunks. Pretty much against everything except Skarmory and Venusaur. You'd have to. I mean, you wouldn't come out on top unless you had like an energy advantage there. But
nothing really sticking out completely here. I think it looks obviously what have we got on the same side? We've got Skarmory, Azu, and Medicham on the same on each side. So interesting moveset that end for the Medicham to see what happens. But the Trevenant looks a little bit dangerous. Has a little bit of play there. So I do like the look of Trevenant, and it's definitely new to the meta, so it does a bit of a good spice up to the Open Great League, so I think that we might see it, but apart from that, pretty even matchup.
Alright, well, let's get into the battles. I'll let you gentlemen take it away, and I'll go have another quick kit.
There's no Mandibuzz, we'll be back in 5.
The bulkiest thing here is Azu, and even then, there's plenty of things to take it out. One of those being Shadow Abomasnow.
Turn Sableye into the Shadow Abomasnow. I do believe this is an XL Sableye as well, from Trotter's end.
Yeah,
pretty neutral lead.
It's sort of interesting. The Foul Plays come off really fast, but the Weather Balls come off really fast, and the Weather Balls, I think, tend to do a little bit more damage.
Even post nerf, I think they're still relatively effective. Especially Shadow Abomasnow hits so hard.
And you saw DrTrotter going for the attempted swap out there, but unfortunately I did not go through in time. Just CMP tie, how it goes. But tanks it and then swaps out into Galarian Sunfisk. Not an awesome matchup for Galarian Sunfisk because an Energy Ball still does a lot of damage here. So really just has to hope that this might be a Weather Ball. And it is. So not the end of the world there. And you kind of just want to get to one Rock Slide to take this thing out. And unfortunately... Trevenant isn't the worst thing to land it on though.
No, it's neutral. It's not like you've earthquaked it, so this isn't too bad. It can only take, with fast moves, it can't take a whole lot of damage here. So, and the C-Bomb won't KO from here, so does throw on CMP is a good timing from the opponent there, and you will let it go. The worry is here it goes a bit of a farm down for the Trevenant here after it lands the C-Bomb. But Trotter will get a Rock Slide and potential. I can't see a shield coming through here, but I've been wrong before, so we'll see.
I think you can pretty comfortably tank that Rock Slide and then just, as you said, farm all the way down. Trotter might have put an extra munch out there.
Let's get to another move. Okay.
Wow.
Well, that's quite good for Trotter, so that's not too bad. And he does have a good bit of coverage. I think the Skarmory's in the back as well. Very much depending on what's in the back for Kuro here.
Yeah, Kuro didn't want to go 2 shields down, so decided to just let that go so they can bring in something for the farm, and it is that Abomasnow, which is actually really scary for DrTrotter here, just because Kuro's got a lot of energy on that Abomasnow. Skarmory doesn't love the Weather Balls, and Sableye doesn't really love them either.
Yeah, it's going to be... These are going to chunk. I won't take too many of them, 3 and you're getting really low, and that's a Skarmory mirror in the back. So, 2 shields here for Trotter, so it's going to be interesting to see how... this one goes. Might be a little bit of a bait game towards the back end of this matchup. Trotter goes straight for the Brave Bird, so I imagine a Brave Bird and switch might be the play here. Not expecting the shield from Kuro's side this early in the matchup.
Yeah, it doesn't
More
shield.
CMP or lag, potential CMP, so that's not great. We'll have to shield this regardless, just purely for being triple, or was it
Yeah.
triple lowered from the Brave Bird, so.
Super duper defense dropped.
Super
But
duper. Oh,
that's a technical term.
that's what we're all about the technical terms here. The foul play is coming off here, so I imagine we'll get a shield here. Or no, should let it go. Looks like we'll farm down with the Bomber Snow though, so I think that is equally as good play. I think both ends here looks quite good for Kuro here. Big farm down, and the Scummery is relatively, 3 weather balls is going to do here. I think he might just get outpaced here. It will be close though. But this Bomber Snow has a lot of energy.
Absolute butt ton of energy, letting the first one go through as well. And look at that. He just wanted to show everyone how much a weather ball did. And
sometimes KO.
Ooh.
So we're gonna have to replay game 1. So that is huge result. So he would have thrown the second weather ball if Trotter didn't shield anyway.
Yeah, I think that Kuro could have had that game, just going for charge moves. I think.
Yeah, potentially. Well, we've got the Bomb Stone to Skarmory, so not again, probably another quite neutral, surprisingly, even though you don't see many grass types going into flies and being a relatively neutral matchup, right? So just how spammy these weather balls are, and Trotter does choose to let the first one go, not wanting to give up that first shield. On CMP as well, so Trotter should get the first shield here, unless he's willing to let the Bomb Stone go this early, which I'd be surprised by.
Based on how well Abomasnow did for Kuro in the last game, I would not be surprised if they want to do everything they can to keep that, get that energy advantage. Wouldn't be surprised if you actually see a throw a little bit of energy and then dip before another Skarmory charge move, just so this Abomasnow can have some utility a little later on in the battle. But Juicy don't pro shield.
Yeah, because you get outpaced here, is he? He's going to lose CMP, yeah. So, tough spot here. So, big option to either shield to get the second shield or wing switch, or let it go, which he does choose let it go. So we'll get a bit of farming here with Sableye, and Sableye's coming in. Instant switch into the Skarmory, and it's going to be met by G-Fisk. So looking pretty good for Trotter here.
Yeah, this is definitely an alright spot. That's Sableye hanging out. We haven't seen the third mon from Kuro, have we? So potentially
that Trevenant back.
Yeah, which could potentially cause some issues. I think it's going to be a little bit of a game of energy and shields. I'm not sure if Trotter was stuck on that charge move for an extra turn or two there, but we're going to see the Rock Slide go. No shield. You don't really need a shield. I mean, Rock Slide really doesn't do as much damage as you'd hope when you're throwing it at Flyer, even though this is a pretty good matchup for G-Fisk.
Only neutral though, right? So it's only it's not, especially since the nerf as well.
Yeah.
So. And potentially though, it could be a farm down after this next Rock Slide though, so the Trevenant in the back needs to have a bit of energy coming out of this matchup, but also the Sableye can hang even shields. It does lose the one to, I believe it loses the one shield to Trev, so.
Letting this come through, it's probably just a Sky Attack. Oh, whoa, it is the Brave Bird.
Yeah, and then he's going to instant switch, and it's an Azumarill in the back, so not a good spot at all.
Oh, Trotter. I think he really he had an idea about what was in the back. He had the idea that it would be the Trevenant. He knew he needed the energy. He needed the Sableye. He needed the foul plays. But Azumarill was a little bit rougher. The return definitely still does a lot of damage, and landing that through is actually pretty big. But I'm a little bit worried for him.
Yeah, he's going to be double foul play here, isn't he? He's going to have to shield this one. Ice Beam, bait. So also not great. And then, yeah, the Azumarill here is pretty tough spot for Trotter, but we'll see. Foul play comes through, see if they wasn't quite the return, so he may not get a shield here even.
Yeah, if they were counting, they would have known that wasn't a return, but Trotter was going for the CMP tie there.
Most definitely.
Just to get the energy through, just because, I mean, there's not much health in the way of on G-Fisk in the back, so
I think
we'll be able to Shadow Claw down.
It will, but I think it's just too low in the back here to deal with this Abomasnow.
And a little bit of
Skarmory, yeah. It's just too much to do, unfortunately.
Kuro's hung on to that one shield as well, which is definitely serving them pretty well here to
just chose to use it there. And then just gonna get to a weather ball here, looks of it. Yeah, just with 1 HP gets the weather ball.
Trotter's still got the Sableye in the back. Oh, but the Powder Snow is going to register, and I think we might see a simultaneous KO here, and then the Skarmory will survive in the back.
I think you are right. Oh, no, it went through.
Doesn't even get the Shadow Claw damage through.
APAC, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was game 2, but that does only put us at 1-0 for Kuro here, so still 2 games to go in the Great League here, assuming no more ties, but we're seeing that Azu come out into the Sableye again. Trotter just cannot catch a break up against Kuro, getting some really nice lined up stuff here. And you can actually see that Trotter also has brought the Venusaur this time, which would be okay against Azumarill, but Azumarill is not
that backline, unfortunately. Got a Skarmory and a Skarmory and a Abomasnow in the back there, so this is where you need to catch. You need to really catch a lead here, and it looks like he's going to go into the Skarmory, and he's going to choose to throw the Ice Beam. So interesting to see. I don't think we've revealed the Hydro. Has it revealed the Hydro or Play Rough second move yet? No. I don't think we've seen it. So
has not shown the second move yet. So at this point, it's hard to say. You can't necessarily confirm or deny that it is a Hydro Pump at that point. DrTrotter might be thinking that it is the Hydro Pump just because the Azu was going for the Ice Beams earlier, but definitely hard to say for sure. But I think Trotter may be just trying to put as much pressure onto this Azumarill as possible to maybe try and get out of the matchup. So that Venusaur could maybe line up against it later on, but Kuro was having no part of DrTrotter's plan here and just wanted to hang on with Azu, knew that it was still fine against Skarmory. Oh, man. That's
Ice Beam, he's had it a couple times now. The CMP on the CMP ties on the Brave Birds are just absolutely killer, and he does get the player off as well here without getting the farm down. So not much going right for Trotter here, and Kuro playing this very, very well.
Absolutely, we're seeing that Skarmory come in as well. Skarmory going to be able to tank any move from this Sableye and going straight for the Sky Attack, but DrTrotter throwing on that CMP. So going to get some damage onto the Skarmory.
That's a good chunk, so.
Ooh, didn't go through. And another one from DrTrotter. I'm pretty sure that Kuro tapped on the move before.
This is Pokemon Go PvP, Steve. Sometimes you tap on moves and it just doesn't happen for you. 90 says no, so bit of a tough spot here when we know that the Abomasnow is going to be looking at that Venusaur very shortly. And shields up as well for a shield up as well is not the best case scenario.
Yes, well, has been able to get a little bit of energy, which could put like the tiniest bit of threat onto Abomasnow, but it's pretty much cancelled out by the fact that Kuro still has that one shield in play. And at this point, Abomasnow can just farm. Wow.
Yeah,
that's actually not the... Yeah, it's pretty disastrous, actually.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. I think the only thing there, if he had gone up to the return, that would have really been really could have been the lose con there. Thinking it was foul play eating the return, so you can get farmed down there and where the ball's going to come out and finish off the Sableye. So rough go there for Trotter. I think that's going to tie us up at 7 apiece now.
That's only 2-0.
That 2-0? Oh, we had a tie, didn't we?
We had the tie at the start. So we've actually still got 1 game to go.
1 game to go.
Yeah, Crimson Tigers 6 to Thundurus down under 7. Now, 4 to 7 seemed like a bit of a gap when you only have to get to 11 to win, but it's very, very quickly tightening up here. But,
game 3/4.
Seen this before, right, Stumpy?
We have seen this before, and we know Deja Vu will have a very neutral matchup in the lead, and the backline of Medicham and Stunfist as well. So and has caught a Weather Ball. So a great catch. I have a feeling we're going to see a Skarmory come out here.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see a very quick swap away from that Abomasnow. And that Skarmory going to come in. You're just going to be throwing Ice Punches. Or you could potentially go for the Psychic and try and get like a defense debuff through, but is not... If you don't get the debuff through, it will be a terrible move.
Risk versus reward there, isn't it? So let it for the RNG gods to sort that one out. So he's going to get... Gonna get the second Ice Punch off, so this isn't a bad spot. Big farm down here from the Skarmory that doesn't really have to shield this either. And we'll have a boatload of energy to throw whatever comes in next. So he's been really, I think one thing to notice is Kuro's been very, very smart with the shields. Look at that, knowing like leaving 0 farm for Trotter. The energy's not going to go far, but there's nothing to farm here. There's no shield required, so he's just really smart with his shields and does get a Brave Bird off onto a Stunfist. It still does, a good chunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice that Trotter had the Stunfisk to sort of soak the energy up.
Yeah.
But here comes that Abomasnow energy ready to go. This won't take out Stunfisk. Stunfisk is going to get this Rock Slide off that it threw, but it is going to be hurt for sure. And I don't think... I can't see Stunfisk getting to another charge move unless Trotter decides to throw them shields out very shortly. And I mean very shortly.
Here we go. And that's Azumarill coming in. Okay, so this is not terrible.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen the. We still seen the player. Have we seen the player off?
Yeah. Through that play rough, they got shielded at the end there with the Sableye in game, technically game 3. But does not get a shield from that Sky Attack after charging up to the Brave Bird, which Trotter was definitely hoping to get. A little bit short of the Brave Bird here, going for the Sky Attack. So unlikely to get a shield if Kuro has been counting correctly here. Let's go. This is rough.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough spot. No, the Ice Beam is going to come out a little bit faster than the Hydro Cannon. So, the Hydro Pump, sorry. Even though, he doesn't know it's there. He knows it's not there now. So he knows that it's going to be Ice Beams, but 2 shields has to sort of start using shields somewhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so at this point, you can survive another one. You're going to get to another Sky Attack. But you've still got to deal. You've got to deal with that. Yeah, that Abomasnow is going to be very rough to deal with, especially when Kuro being so tight on using their shields that I think they're pretty happy to just let this Azumarill go and just keep that shield for the Abomasnow, which is now going to be able to get energy off this Skarmory. And Trotter not going to let it. Going to swap into but Abomasnow just outpaces. It's going to get to 2 Weather Balls before Trotter can get to 2 Rock Slides. And with 1 shield apiece, that means that Kuro is pretty much secured game 4 here in this best of 3. Trotter, oh man, even CMP ties.
CMP ties at the end, yeah. Tough go. Couldn't really catch any alignment. I don't think Trotter's in, everything. Every time he brought something different, tried to change it up, it was sort of met with the hardest counter. And Kuro playing very well, smart with the shields, and just too much to overcome.
Yeah, but that doesn't completely tie us up to 7-7.
Going into the Ultra League and Master League battles. Trotter's back.
Hey, Trotter.
Hi, team. I thought you guys were very generous. You were very kind.
I wasn't. I called 3-0 after it was 2-0. So I don't think I was very generous. Steven's up. That's game 3.
Come on, guys. Try to steal us a chance here.
We just get a big chat. Thanks to Lord Haddock as well for a huge raid as well in the middle of all that. And then you say hello. And Master League battles are not done yet. So a bit of a catch up on chat. And
need to catch up on chat now that we're through the battles.
But Trotter stood up all the time with 4 battles. He's just taking all the airtime as usual, like Trotter does. Had to be the center of attention. Had to have 4 battles.
That's me. That's me. Had that 4 battles which I won none of. Just 100%. That's what I do.
You have fun
for the content. No, I almost threw my phone actually on one of
them. Just straight up, always just launched the phone. This is what Silph does. This is what Silph does to us.
I'm pretty sure it was that match where my Sableye got Powder Snowed down. I thought I had enough to get. I was like, when I was playing, I'm like, I have enough to survive 1 Powder Snow. It'll die, and then my second Shadow Claw on the Skarmory will KO it, and I'll win the matchup. And then I died, and I was like, it hurt. It hurt. It crushed. I thought
it would in the game when you the Abomasnow survived with 1 HP when you were farming it down with Stunfisk.
Yeah, it was that game.
At that game, yeah.
Yeah, it was that game. And then I was like, well, Sableye's... Because then Sableye came in afterwards. I was like, it can survive 1 Powder Snow, but not 2. And then I'll beat the Air Slash on the Skarmory, and I'll take it out, but it didn't. That was the one that crushed me. But anyway, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the team. It's about the team, and we are tied up 7-7. We're getting down to the pointy end here. So now we have the Ultra League specialist coming up, and we've got Zobiran 90 against Sizzle Me This. And Sizzle Me This is running a heck of a team with a Heracross, a Greedent, a Gliscor, and an Alolan Sandslash.
A-Slash. Oh, you love this.
I mean, and look at that team. It's got a Talonflame, an Empoleon, and a Scrafty there, which are just not what Alolan Sandslash wants to see at all.
Yeah, I can't see the A-Slash getting a whole lot of play, but we've seen stranger things this evening. Like 2 Soul Rocks with Rock Throw.
Hey,
okay.
Crimson Tigers, they found something with that Soul Rock, and I mean, they did pretty well in those matchups, so
Yeah, we're gonna see some Gradient mirror matches, just spam and body slams.
Oh gosh, I hope not.
Crunch for the defense drop.
Just spam crunches. This doesn't look good. I hope we see a good score, but I can't see. It doesn't have. Well, it doesn't have like. It's obviously the Empoleon's got to avoid, but it's not the worst of matchups with the rest of the.
Yeah, it's not amazing anywhere, but it's not terrible. I mean, it's
Well,
alright.
Walls the Galp.
Walls the Galp and Scrafty. Assuming it has the wing attack. But anyway, let's get in and see how we go with Sizzle Me this against Zoburan 90. Stumpy, you and me, I'm back. I'm back in the saddle.
Back in the hot seat.
And let's
Take
go.
Away, mate.
We've got that Jelly into Talonflame. So this is interesting. What moves does Jelly have? Surely it's going to have Bubble. Sizzle's picked this one. And it's the Bubble. So straight out of there. Oh, Steve's gone for some reason.
Oh, huge hug. I'm gone.
Yep, you're gone because Steve's.
Right, we can still talk about it. So we've got hard counted here. We've got the Heracross has hard counted the Greedent. So the body slams do chunk though. So and choosing to go Rock Blast and close combat here. So can tank another move. Obviously, it's not going to be the crunch on the way. So I imagine we'll let this second move go.
No.
Does choose to shield. So wants to keep this Heracross quite healthy. Maybe thinking that the opponent's trying to bait out this.
And go for the Rock Blast.
Bait with Rock Blast.
Rock Blast won't KO though. If they no shield this.
And CMP.
They're at a move here. Oh, sneaks a counter. This doesn't KO either, so I can let this go. And Heracross is loaded. It's got a close combat plus 2 counters, ready to rock and roll.
And also the Rock Blast, the Bird's not going to appreciate that either.
No, double super effective on Talonflame. And there it comes. Now, it did get off that Incinerate, so that Heracross is dead. Once this gets shielded up. There it is. Down goes Heracross now. Jellicent, Greedent, it's not too bad. We can't see the opponent's screen, so unfortunately they have one side. And there's the Scrafty.
And there was a Greedent in the back on Sizzle's side, so can't really get out of this matchup. So really tough spot for Sizzle here, so it's going to be interesting to see how he chooses to play this. Cause it's going to be, at least there's no, hexes.
Yeah, you get the neutral bubbles. I mean, would you just Bubble Beam, just nerf the crap out of it and pray, or?
Yeah, well, I think that's the play because they're not going to want to power punch and they're not going to want to power punch and foul play to try to get that back. So I think spam Bubble Beam is the best play here because you'll survive the extra. Well, you'll definitely survive the extra foul play now.
Yeah, you're
still going to be 2 foul plays from here. So maybe here's where you throw the Shadow Ball because you're not going to another debuff isn't going to stop 2 foul plays from KOing. So I think you can let this go, and I think a Shadow Ball is probably the best play.
Choosing to shield. And I think we saw a tap, straight tap on the Shadow Ball.
Okay.
And hoping that just Greedent can outbulk the high damage output of Talonflame.
Yeah.
Oh, and a switch. Interesting, resetting.
Is it going to be a Brave Bird? Or it's interesting here, because if he Brave Birds, it's going to be...
very debuffed.
Yeah. It is a Brave Bird, so it does knock out the Jelly. And we'll be able to get to another Brave Bird, I imagine, though, before enough body slams come through.
Oh, no. This is just this is a Flame Charge. There's only 2. Oh, no. Double Brave Bird.
Is that try to can't count?
Must have had residual that I missed.
I also...
let
the
sneaks the Incinerate. No, this is looking very favourable for Zoburan 90.
Very.
Oh, my gosh. Is this going to be... No, Bullet Seed. I was like, Bullet Seed down.
So, tough. Good lead, good counter swap, but the Scrafty in the back turned to be a massive problem for...
Yeah.
So, we'll have to make an adjustment there. So, the Scrafty is there's a little bit more at Scrafty. So, maybe we see the Gliscor now. Yeah,
I think I was in chat with this, and Sizzle Me was actually... completely intended. He actually said I had completely intended to have Gliscor, not Greedent in the back, and he ran.
Oh no.
He just clicked the wrong thing. And there we go. So now we got lovely matchup at the start and perfect counter swaps here. Now what do you do here? He's going straight for the Bubble Beam, and they snuck an Incinerate. This is risky.
risky, but you know you're gonna survive the Brave Bird, so you're gonna keep alignment regardless, even if you eat the Brave Bird. So I don't think it's a bad spot here either way. Even if they flame charge their Brave Bird, I don't think it's really too big of a deal. You're still gonna have a Jellicent that's, you know, what, 40%, 30%, 40% even. So still a good spot. Throw a couple of bubbles and then go. That's gonna be just a flame charge, I would have thought, but I may not be able to count either.
Well,
So
we're about to find out.
It was a Brave Bird as well. Both of us can't count. We're on fire tonight.
So what university did you go to,
right?
Stumpy?
I did not, if you couldn't tell.
Whoops, just me.
Just you.
Still can't count.
Just the doctor.
Just
There's
the
no
doctor.
in front of my name.
Did a Bachelor of Mathematics for 1 year as well. But anyway, moving on. We've got Scrafty into Jellicent. I mean, the counters are going to be resisted, so it's going to get a little bit off here. So throwing the Shadow Ball, I'm guessing, before a foul play comes in.
Yeah, well, this is looking really good for Sizzle, isn't it, really?
Got the Heracross has got Greedent, Ed, Scrafty, and he's got the Gliscor in the back as well.
For this, so I think he's in a pretty good position here. Can let this go. I'm more than fine to let this go and have the wing attacks, the Gliscor come in.
We're assuming it's wing attack and not Fury Cutter.
Yeah, I imagine so. Just more for, I think it's there for, you know, a bit of Scrafty cover as well, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wing attack. And here we go. Now down to shield.
Yeah, it's going to get... I don't know if it's going to be too big of a deal being down a shield here. I can't imagine they throw a close combat. I can imagine he just spans the Rock Blast off of this thing.
Yep.
He has done. It's just about, you know, getting as much shit damage on this thing as possible and saving your shield for the Gliscor, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Gliscor's... Was it Shadow? I couldn't quite tell, but it's reasonably
Shadow.
bulky. Normal Gliscor's pretty bulky, but I guess the Shadow is a little bit squishier. I mean, this is pretty nice. No need to shield this. You could close combat and then shield and get to another close combat. You kind of got options here now. Right, just going for the Rock Blast again. Happy with just the extreme amount of counter damage that Heracross is going to do.
It's definitely not more than enough here. So this is fine. You don't need a shield here.
There's going to be no residual energy on, or very minimal residual energy on that Greedent.
Most definitely.
And foul play is going to do more than an insta swap out.
Obviously, his Night Slash is super resisted, so. But I think you're best off just throwing this fast off while you try to get the boost.
Yeah, get that boost. I mean, even then, the chip damage from it is going to be plenty. But nice play going up to the Earthquake, right? At least go up there to threaten it, forcing your opponent to shield, and you should be pretty safe after this. Lets it go. Good play. Now you can farm down. Gets the farm down, and I mean, 2 Night Slashes. Oh no, it doesn't even need to.
Wing attack down to win.
Wing attack down.
Good adjustment, bring in the Gliscor second game, identifying the Scrafty as being a huge issue game 1, even though it was a mistake, he did try it game 1, so...
So,
okay.
maybe it's in his advantage, you know. I mean, obviously you want to win every battle, but not having it there could have helped. And here we go, game 2, and Heracross.
Still be on.
You got to run, right? You got to run.
You know what he's got. Into the Gliscor, interesting. So this is a tough matchup for the Gliscor with Night Slash, not having Aerial Ace for like a little bit. If it does draw out the Greedent, so this is quite good for. You go straight for the nuke as well, straight for an Earthquake. So this is quite huge. This will do a good chunk of Greedent's health if they let it go. And it is bulky, so they may be enticed to let it go, which they do.
They do.
This isn't a bad spot. You can tank a Body Slam or a Crunch, I believe, from here.
Probably not a Crunch, but you could get a both Body Slam, I think, slightly.
Just choose to shield those to be safe.
Kind of want to switch.
What's alignment here? Yeah, it does want to switch here to get the Jellicent on that Sylveon, but also still not the best matchup. The Sylveon's definitely going to be an issue, and you can't really afford to be no shields like here, I don't think.
No, those charms certainly add up, and it will probably be a bit of a bait game if you get that Jellicent, because it's the Shadow Ball nuke versus the Bubble Beam debuff bait. You kind of need to debuff the charms.
Man, it's so bulky, just leaves moves. He's gonna throw a move as well.
Gets in. Now there was a sneak, so it will be if the fast wing attack goes through. If it gets, what do they do? Shield.
Yeah, shielded. They're a move obviously.
And I mean, Sizzle needs alignment, right? Yeah, has to get the Heracross the heck away there.
So you imagine Scrafty in the back. So if he was desperate to shield there, it has to be the Scrafty. Imagine here.
Well, that's what he's playing for.
So I think that he has to play for because he's gonna have the Sylveon. Sylveon's still gonna be able to do a good Moonblast and Side Shock's no joke here. So the Gelatin's not gonna enjoy this, but I imagine that we'll see a Scrafty. Yep, and there we go. So could have been worth debuffing there, but I don't think it matters too much. I think getting straight out of there and doesn't have to shield anything here.
I mean, he has no shields, but I mean, you're going to get an absolute ton of energy on this to throw onto that Sylveon. And is close combat going to do more damage than a Rock Blast? I have to think it actually would.
A stab, yeah, I think a stab close combat's a double close combating there. Bit of lag and speed up there, which is the usual. Don't think it was anything wrong on both ends. I think it might be a foul play coming through here now, even though it's double. Is it double resistance?
No, it's just single resistance.
Just single.
I mean,
big farm down.
They're big farm down. Oh no, Charm Sneak, 100%. Charm always sneaks. There it is.
There it is.
Charm, Waterfall, they're always going through. Hex always goes through. Nothing you can do about it.
Does do more as well.
And they did land, and see, doesn't get the Rock Blast. If gets that extra move there, and this is a pretty solid position.
I still think he's fine here.
Double Bubble Beam with the bubbles.
Double Bubble Beam. Moonblast goes through. That's going to do the most damage. I don't think after this, the Side Shock and the Charms, it's not going to do. I don't think it'll get to that anyway.
It might not get to the Side Shock. It'll be close though. It's probably a race to this next charge move. Oh, and a no shield. All right. I mean, actually, this could still go to the Charmer's way.
I think the Jellicent will. He's throwing a move that might be an issue. Throwing a move there, the sneak through, and could that be the one that gets it to the Side Shock?
Or is it one off? Or is it there? It's one off. Whoa, 2 off. Maybe. What is single move Moonblast only?
Moonblast. Yeah. Okay. Well, we won't ask questions. We'll move on. Sizzle takes that.
That's it.
2-1. 2-1 Sizzle takes it to 9-8 in the way of the Aussies.
9-8 in the way of the Thundurus down under us, as the joke is, right, Steve? Is that right? They can hear you, but they can't see you because I'm really slow and doing video editing.
I'm haunting the Silverina channel. Oh,
he's here. There he is. He's down there.
I was maybe wondering because Side Shock is a legacy move on Sylveon. Do they not? Have they got like Last Resort or something instead? I mean, it's a lot of it's a lot of buddy hearts you need to get ready to evolve. I don't know. Maybe they've got a different move on there.
I'm out of ideas.
Let's go single move. I've got no idea. All I know is we have Master League left and we're in a close series going 9-8 coming into the last one. So everything to play for going to the last. Huge plays here needing to get to a 3-0 on Wenji's side.
So if it wasn't just for those who sort of joined in the raids from Lordly Haddock and Manny's Fresh a little bit earlier on, the very first matchup was a 2-0 based on a default. It wasn't actually a battle, which is why that we're sort of in a spot here where there is a potential for like a tie if it goes 2-1 in favor of the Crimson Tigers here. So there's a lot of options here. You know, if we see a 3-0 from Crimson Tigers, we're going to see a win from Crimson Tigers. If we see 2 points go to Thundurus Down Under, then Thundurus Down Under takes the win. And if it goes that 2-1, then there is potential for that tie as well. So, I mean, Trotter, what are we looking at here for this final?
Man, we're looking at 2 Occo, 2 OP, as we say in our little chat. Got that Zacian in there and the Palkia. Togekiss, always a pain. Always a bit of a polarizing one, kind of like Bastiodon in Great League. Either wins big or loses big. Gyarados has a little bit of flexibility here. Could be running the Waterfall, could be running the Dragon Breath, depending on what matchup you want to win. If you want to beat the Steels, run Waterfall. If you want to beat the Tina and Kyogre, that's not so great. Depending on moveset, you know, Dragon Breath might be better. So it'll be an interesting one to see what moves are running. And we'll see what's coming up. Now, there are some restrictions on legendaries and things in Master League, are there not, Steve?
Yeah, you can only bring 2 legendaries or mythicals into the Master League specialist slot. So you can see that they've got in that like left-hand slot on both teams there. You've got that the Zacian, the one form that has so many words in it. Sure, their names were just Game Freak, Niantic, Pokemon Go, anyone, Pokemon Company. It's just too long. I don't need to read that much when I'm looking at Pokemon names. But then you've got that Kyogre and Giratina altered up on June's side as well. But the other 4, all there. It's all level 50. It's all scary to see. These CPs are something that I only dream of. I have nightmares about these high CPs. But
the dust.
I'm ready to see.
Is there a typo on the Gyarados CP for Taco? That's 3879. That is higher than Best Buddy.
Is it?
I believe that is.
Well, we'll find out. We will find out in the battles because I'm fairly sure at least once we'll see this Gyarados.
It is Hundo 51. Is
51. Is Best Buddy. Okay, it is. Okay, it is Best Buddy. Okay. Oh, it looks a little bit higher. That's cool.
All right.
We'll win CMP up against the June's Gyarados. It's interesting.
Let's jump in on to this battle. Now, unfortunately, we do only have one screen for this, so we'll be watching it from one point of view only. And this is for All She Wrote. Let's go Wenjun versus 2Oko. Steve, I'll let you take away this first one.
All right, so we've got Wenjun in the chat. And yeah, no worries about the recording because it's all about... as long as we've got someone's battles here, we can take a look regardless. So, as you know, and both battles look and fly. Ready to jump in. Okay, here we go. Now we've got that Zacian, Zacian coming in up against that Togekiss, which is a pretty interesting matchup. It's not really great, but the Snarl does really, really charge up super duper fast. You can see the charms are really adding up here as we get to that first. What's the fairy move here?
I believe this is a Play Rough.
That's
yes.
Right.
Who would have thought I'd know that? I definitely don't have a Zacian, and I definitely don't have one powered up. What about you, Steve?
I have one with the right move. It's just not up to. It's not exactly level 50.
I'll have you farm up.
We do see that Ancient Power getting shielded, wanting to get to another player off here because we saw how much damage it did before. A second player off would definitely take it out. And Charm, I don't know what it is about Charm, but it always sneaks through. I mean, we saw it in the Ultra League Specialist battles, and we saw it here. I don't know. I always get Charm sneaking through on my end, but deciding to burn that shield there means that... Oh, we actually see a close combat coming through.
Just relax.
Last second. This isn't going to take it out though, right?
Oh, I don't think so. It's pretty double resisted.
Yeah.
But goes down Togekiss, and I mean... not nice, right? Palkia's going to
Gyarados.
take a lot of charm damage, so Gary comes in, and... It's a Dragon Tail Gyarados,
okay.
So not the Dragon Breath. So
not good.
Not good. Ancient Power. Where's the waterfalls? They're not there. Oh man, look at this charm. Even these non-super effective charms. Dragon Tails. Oh, it's just
coming out.
There's energy there, but is it going to be useful at this point?
Yeah, I mean, when June's Togekiss took out over a Pokemon and a half already. And Kyogre coming in as well. These crunches not going to do a ton of damage. I think 2Oko here is going to really be hoping for that 30% chance at the defense debuff to just try and get any little bit of help. Oh my gosh. Look at how little damage that does as well. But Kyogre coming in and actually doing a fair amount of damage with the waterfalls there. But those were the Shadow Claws we were just seeing there, right?
Okay, he caught.
Yes. So we saw the Gyarados come in. And it's not Waterfall, Steve. It's actually Dragon Tail.
Let it go.
Palkia. So double Dragon Tail on 2Oko's side. Dragon Claws. Oh, look how much it does. It's more than it should. And interesting, going straight for the Aqua Tails. Not going to be able to get a shield. It's not sitting too nicely here in this matchup for 2Oko. Gets the shield on the Aqua Tail. Wow. Ooh. Dragon Tail. Oh. I mean, the Shadow Claws aren't doing a huge amount of damage. The Dragon Tails will be. Will it be enough to add up to take out this Giratina? I mean, it looks like 2Oko is just tapping that Aqua Tail, hoping that they can get enough to just take this thing out and put Kyogre into a place it doesn't want to be, I guess, taking Dragon Tail or Dragon Tail, right? And they get to a move, and no.
Switch out.
Okay. So there is the Kyogre still in existence. Gets a charge off. Tuoko was going for the tap there, trying to swap out, but yeah, was not going to happen here. Silph is going to... Oh, no, it's not going to quite take out Palkia, but one Dragon Tail is going to change things. That was a catch the fast move damage onto Gyarados.
This could be... No, but I mean, if this could be tight, it could be like a double KO, right? Dragon Tail... No, it needs into one more Dragon Tail, right? Oh, no, there's the Waterfall catch-up.
2, 3.
That's one of those ones where the graphic doesn't come through before the charge move, and it does at the end, and you're like, this is rubbish, I was going to win, and you don't. I mean, that might just be me, but yeah. One Dragon Tail there, and it was a tie. So, very close there. Wenjun taking out round 1, and when I do apologise if we pronounce that wrong. That's just what we do here in Australia. Get pronunciations wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely one of our specialties. But that does put us at a 9-9 position here when there's only 2 games left to go. So someone needs to win both of the next 2 games to secure themselves a win here. And we've got that Zacian coming back in up against the Kyogre. So at this point, still just going to be going for the play-ups. I mean, you can go for close combat at the end for that just big and nuky damage, but it's not your first port of call to debuff yourself right away.
Well, you can go up to the double, right, Steve? You can go the double close combat then dip. So, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what we saw here, because, yeah, going double close combat, because you don't want to take any damage after you've been debuffed.
Back to back.
Absolutely not.
So there's one.
Going to be a question of where do we go from here? I mean, Palkia would be a pretty solid spot. We see that waterfall come through, so Tuoko is going to be mad tapping on the switch to try and catch that waterfall damage.
Transfer the damage. Got shielded,
Snorlax.
And it does switch it into
with
the
that,
Snorlax.
you don't need to wait. You just
the old
Snorlax
safe swap Snorlax coming into play here.
Okay.
Could eat a Surf, no worries. We haven't seen anything else from his Kyogre apart from Surf. Haven't seen Thunder or Blizzard.
For Earthquake.
And out comes the Giratina, which is an intriguing play here. Lick's going to be super effective. Dragon Claw, Shadow Claw is not going to be doing too much, but these Dragon Claws will add up. But gosh, level 50s are thick. My goodness. I just did a little tickle down. Earthquake won't actually do that much either. It's not stab, it's a good move. Do we get a shield? No shield. And see, look, Tina's in a pretty commanding position here. I think Tuoko hoping that the 2 shield Palkia in the back is going to be able to get it done, and we can't see what the 3rd Pokemon is after that. Excuse me.
Let it go.
After the Kyogre on Wenjin's side. And let's go. You got to just come in with the Palkia, right, Steve?
Yeah, you try and Dragon Tail down as fast as you can. You're going to have to deal with 1 Dragon Claw, so I'm sort of thinking that there's probably a shield coming through here, because this is definitely going to be the one of the most damaging moves that Palkia could see for the rest here, but at this point, burn that 1 shield. Actually, we could see swap out here, because, Giratina is
Togekiss comes in just Aqua Tail.
What if Togekiss? We've seen Togekiss in the first game. If Togekiss in the back...
Aqua.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
You can't even Draco it. You can't do it.
Just throw it again.
Rest in peace, Tuoko here. That is just real unfortunate. You're going to be able to get another Aqua Tail off, but at this point, the Charm is just going to charm. And
you can't Dragon Tail it down. You can't Snarl it down.
It's just
charm, really. Nothing you can do with this Charm damage coming in and absolutely annihilating everything here.
Let's go for the charge move at the end here. Hey, maybe they get the buff just for good measure.
And the swap to Kyogre? Kind of unnecessary, but okay. Now,
maybe lost track.
We are up to 10-9. This is there for Crimson Tigers to take. Last battle coming in hot. Tuoko needs to do this for the draw. Wenjun win for the win in this round. And here we go. We've got Zacian into Excadrill. Close combat versus Drill Run, Rock Slide.
Build up to 2 before you throw.
At level 50, how much does this do when it's not super effective, these Drill Runs? Again, going to the double close combat.
And we're seeing that familiar Palkia hanging out in the back, who I don't think is going to care too much about either a drill run
Throw the next one.
or a rock slide from that Excadrill. Gets the first shield there. We see the charge move come through. I think he kind
give it a
of
shield.
might want to shield. Oh. Just because you've been debuffed already,
tap in.
that drill run do a little bit extra than you were hoping. But the back-to-back coming through now.
Yeah.
And then I'm expecting to swap out to...
And then just switch to
The Palkia?
Gyarados.
If they should, can you... Yeah, there's the swap out. Oh, and catches on
Ooh.
Gary. If this is a drill run, this is absolutely fantastic. It is the
Wow.
drill run. Now, have we...
That's nice.
No, we haven't pulled out. I was
Aqua
wondering if they're
Tail.
going to pull out a Togekiss
Or he'll
as their
catch.
sort of counter swap, but
No, he's
happy
going
to stay in
rock
and
slide.
throw
Okay,
the
there
rock
we go.
slide. Will Tuoko shield this, or will she keep the Gary alive and will let it go? No, he doesn't take it out, and so these mud shots are going to do absolutely nothing. So
Aqua Tail.
there's the Togekiss. Oh, almost. Even I can't watch.
Yeah, I think it was... I kind of thought that they might be keeping that
You won't
Togekiss
make
for
it,
like a
but
Palkia
It's
potential
okay.
in the back, but...
Okay, come back in
here
with
it's coming to this
Zacian.
point. Tuako's still
Play rough.
in a little bit of a better spot just because they do have the shield advantage here, but
Yeah.
she has to sort of get these charge moves through, needs to land this play rough again. We kind of saw this did like not too far away from half of Togekiss's health here, so it doesn't quite take it out. But
Okay.
kind of go a few different ways here.
Yeah, but I mean, with this Togekiss out of the way, or close to
Just
out of
switch
the
in.
way, you really think that
See if we can get
Palkia
the
is going to
farm
be
down.
sitting in a much better position. Oh, and an insta swap
Oh,
into
we're right
Palkia,
there, 'cause we're behind.
get some energy up.
Calm down.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's taken a ton. It's taken a ton of damage from those charms there.
Has
And
a ton of energy, has a
Aqua
shield.
extra drills there.
Excadrill. Hector's going to do a lot of damage here.
It is,
I
but
don't know if it's a...
it's pretty
KO.
squishy. It's pretty darn squishy. It does, takes it out, and now we have a Kyogre,
Draco.
full health Kyogre, resisted
Oh my
charge
gosh.
moves, and here it is.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
Trotter,
the
Trotter.
new kit. And now anyone who plays Master League knows that if a Draco Meteor not resisted,
Oh my gosh.
takes
Oh,
it out. So I was completely wrong about switching in that Palkia early. And Tuoko has saved the day for Thundurus Down Under, saved my butt from going 0-3. And because of the default ruling in Steve's match, we have a 10-10 tie of Crimson Tigers versus Thundurus Down Under in APAC Diamond League 4 factions. Oh,
You can't get closer than that. That's right down to the wire. That just last clutch save from Tuoko with that last game there. And, I mean, just, wow. I mean, Stumpy.
It just, how good is seeing a Draco to end the night? We get a Draco meter. Love to see it.
I mean, we had 2 Hydro Pumps from Tentacruel. We had a Draco land to win, like, just what you come out to see on your Monday evening or Monday wherever you are, possibly Sunday for some places in the world.
Soul Rocks all over the place too. I mean,
Soul Rock
Crimson
Party.
Tigers coming out with some awesome picks.
Ludicolo we didn't get to see, unfortunately, but there's definitely yeah. Look, I think after the standard is about like 10-10.
Sorry, we just cut out a bit there. You said 10-10. Fair result?
And fair result. I think that's fair result.
I think it's a fair result.
Just good to see you getting carried by your team somewhat, though, Trotter.
Most weeks. So if you want to join Thundurus Down Under and carry me, no, thank you so much for Crimson Tigers for sending off some of their footage and all the members of Thundurus Down Under. If you play in factions, you don't need to be in Diamond tier to get things featured. Get your opponents, record all your battles. Let somebody in Silph know, probably the guy down the bottom there, Steve, especially for an APAC. We want to get as much APAC footage as possible and really feature as much of this stuff on Silph. So thank you so much for Silph.gg for letting us take over this evening, the APAC version for FSPN. And yeah, as much as I would love to, we don't have control, so we cannot raid.
Ooh, I can raid. I can
You
raid.
raid all-
We can raid! Steve.
I have the powers now.
Let's have a look.
he can do a thing.
There's not a lot on at all at the moment. I mean, I guess this is the hour for it. But where are we thinking, fellas?
I trust your judgment, brother. Wherever you need.
Okay. We'll go the top viewed Pokemon Go channel, and
I
we'll
like
see.
Tease the Pokemon Go Monday
Ooh,
before
actually,
Christmas is a great title.
Yeah, it looks like we've. Well, that's more of a traditional Pokemon Go stream. I think if we go Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie is currently doing some coaching and a duo. So we'll head over there to keep the PvP action going. So stay on, send the raid through, send that love from the Silph Arena, and I mean, and huge thanks to DrTrotter for putting this all together. By the way, he's the man with the plan, the man who's put in all the hard yards behind the scene, and earned that nap back in those Amanda vs Mirror matches.
And do once again apologise for Dennis for the slight oopsie. All right.
I think we're good to raid.
Let's raid. It's on you.
Thanks,
I've given him the warning it's happening.
Uh-oh. See you, everyone.
Good night.
Catch you guys.